Another week, another plane full of medical supplies leaving Russia for the ailing West, this time for the United States. It would seem as though Vladimir Putin's bounty knows no limits, even if it turns out that the US did pay halves for this. Personal protective equipment and ventilators made, by the way, by a subsidiary of defense giant Rostec, a sanctioned company, so this is a sanctions breach.
I could have said, no, I don't want it, or I could have said, I'll take it. And you know what I said? I'll take it.
Except for the raid.
I think so, yeah. If they send things that we need, I'd take it, sure. Nice gesture.
Propaganda.
No, I'm not concerned about Russian propaganda, not even a little bit.
Meanwhile, back in Russia, this is the head of the Alliance for Doctors trade union, Anastasia Vasileva, detained on her way to deliver protective kit to a hospital in the Novgorod region. A breach of social isolation? Or was it because she'd been so outspoken about what she calls the Kremlin's lies, as she was to us before her arrest? Nuclear-capable missiles, but no hospitals.
Медицина в стране ужасна. Просто у нас нет больниц, нет персонала, нет медицинской промышленности никакой. Естественно, это невыгодно властям сказать, вот у нас коронавирус, смотрите, сколько у нас человек умерло. Это будет свидетельствовать о том, что они, власти, президент Путин довел страну до такого состояния, когда у нас смертность будет в несколько раз выше, чем в развитых странах, потому что состояние медицины у нас ужасное, у нас ничего нет, к сожалению.
Vladimir Putin has extended the lockdown till the end of the month. It's tougher than the UK. You can't go out for an hour's exercise a day. If you're found to have broken the rules, you'll be fined, even jailed for up to 7 years if you end up infecting others. Though it's only Chechnya which enforces the rules like this. Red Square is almost completely empty. There will be nobody visiting Lenin's tomb for probably quite a long time. And as this virus spreads to almost every Russian region with community transmission in half of those, you get the impression that Vladimir Putin is more interested in the political point scoring than he is in the actual public health implications of all of this, leaving it up to his underlings to actually try and contain the spread. In regions like Komi, that's not working. 53 people caught the virus inside this hospital. The patient zero, reportedly one of the doctors. 2 have died, one of them a nurse. We are all mothers. We want to get home alive, these women say. They're quarantined inside the hospital and they're scared they'll all catch it. Last week, the chief doctor at Moscow's main hospital battling COVID-19, who Vladimir Putin had met and shaken hands with 6 days before, tested positive for the virus. He would have had all the appropriate equipment. But healthcare workers outside of the big Moscow clinics don't. And as elsewhere, they are terribly vulnerable. Here in St. Petersburg, they are begging for the protective kit to keep them safe, to treat patients with COVID-19. As he dispatches more planes packed with medical supplies abroad, the latest batch to Serbia, they hope their leader is listening to the growing alarm of his own people. Diana Magnay, Sky News, Moscow.